All right. So we about to get this thing started. We about to bring on the next guest, my man, Mr. Live. About to go live. All right. Found a dope MC. He is sick with it. Get him in there. And his name is Mr. Dolo. I found Mr. Dolo. The dude was like lyrically amazing. My dude, what's up? There you
Yo,
go.
what's up, man? What's up? How you doing?
Yo, man, look, man, I really want to thank you for being on, now and then.
Oh no, man,
Um,
thank you. Hey, I appreciate you asking me to do this for real.
no, definitely, man. And one thing I liked about you, when I ran across your music online was, I've been in this hip hop thing since 87, 88.
Oh
You know
wow.
what I mean? So, I really appreciate, the core of it, meaning like the actual, when people actually take time to write rhymes, which nobody's doing right now.
Yeah.
Uh, and also one thing that I found interesting about you, and I want to touch on this. Like, this is the first thing that really had me excited about this interview was when I asked you to do the interview. You sent me
hmm
some music, and it wasn't what I saw on your page, which I thought was genius.
It wasn't what you expected, huh?
No, which I
Yeah.
thought was genius because I already saw you freestyle. So
hmm
now you're showing me something different
Right.
and how you can actually put a song together. So first, just introduce yourself and tell everybody where you're from.
So my name is Zeke. Uh, if you want to call me Mr. Dolo, you can, or Dolo. It don't matter to me. Zeke Dolo. And I'm from Cartersville, Georgia. Small town of Cartersville. It's like 45 minutes away from Atlanta. And yeah, man,
Okay.
I've been here my whole life, born and raised.
Okay.
hmm
So when you what like first of all, how did you get into hip hop?
I've always been into hip hop ever since I can remember, like as a kid. I think the love first started when I was a kid, and my mom, she would just buy me CDs when I was little.
Who
And
used to
that's
listen to?
the first thing, the first thing I ever remember listening to, as far back as I can go, is it's either the Baha Men, Bring the Dogs Out, that
Okay.
old classic they had, or
Yeah.
yeah, or Little Bow Wow. That's probably my earliest memories of when I
Okay.
was like really getting into it. And then from there, it branched out. I started listening to 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Lupe Fiasco, and then it just took off.
So what made you pick that pen up? Because you nasty with that pen, man. Like
Appreciate it, man.
you're really skilled in a
Yeah,
way that I don't see a lot of people skilled in.
yeah. Like you said,
Lyrically,
it takes time. You gotta sit down and you gotta
yes.
it's a like you said, it's a skill. You gotta practice it. And
Definitely.
you can't just wake up one day and
No.
be the best rapper alive.
No, not the way y'all did it. And I like one of the posts you made. You and your homies, y'all was sitting in the car, and all y'all were in a different y'all own car.
hmm
Y'all was spitting like a motherfucker. Tell us about that, how that came about, and some of the MCs that's in that.
Oh well, that's for the this page on here called Four Bar app. And what they're doing right now is they're doing like this little March Madness type tournament. But they, obviously instead of basketball, they're using rappers, MCs. And my homie Tony, who he goes by Savage Poet on here. I didn't even know about all they were doing all this until he hit me up. He hit me up asking me, he was like, "Yo, you want to be part of this tournament?" He was giving me the rundown on the whole thing, and I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm in." And then he showed me the squad, and I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm definitely in now." So yeah, that's how it got started. He just hit me up asking me to be in it, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna do it."
That's dope. So
hmm
how old were you first started writing?
19. I didn't I didn't write my first bar or rap at all until I was 19, which, by rap standard, that's pretty late.
Right,
A lot of rappers, they usually start like early teens,
right.
sometimes even earlier than that. So yeah, I didn't start till I was 19. Yeah.
Now explain. the part of Georgia where you're from for us, because I'm trying to picture what you see when you leave your house. And the
Mm,
reason why is because your hip hop is art. I'm being real with you.
appreciate it.
I can really see you vividly painting a picture, and you don't get that from a lot of MCs. I
Yeah,
see you painting this picture, and it's real. There's nothing fake about it. There's nothing. Oh, I saw some. It doesn't sound third person-y. Like it's real. You know what I
right.
mean? You can really tell it's authentic. So explain the, basically the socioeconomic area where you from, where you grew up at.
Yeah, so it's it's pretty diverse where I'm at right now, honestly. Even though we're from the South, it's like deep South almost. It can be a little country. You
Okay.
see Confederate flags here and there. You see like big jacked up trucks, but
Okay.
it's also pretty diverse here. Um, and I wouldn't say it's like a rural. It's not a rural area, but it is a pretty small town, and there's really not that much to do around here. I think that's why I spend most of my time rapping is because I ain't have shit else to do. But every time I do walk outside, I do try to look for inspiration in what I see. No matter how like small it might be in country, whatever. It's not real glamorous, but there's still inspiration like just everywhere. You just got to look for it. So I try to
No, see,
take.
the reason why, excuse me, the reason why I asked you that question is because when I was listening to you
Hmm.
and I looked in your bio and I saw it said white rapper, and I was like, okay, just hear this out. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, but
Hmm.
just hear this. You heard of Bobby Caldwell, right?
I don't think so.
He made that song. He made that song. If you won't do for love. You
Oh yeah,
tried
yeah. Oh
it.
yeah, of course. I love that song.
Okay. Now, everybody
Everybody
named
thought
Mama thought that dude was black.
everybody thought he was black.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
his record company did that for a reason.
Oh
That's a
word.
soul sounding. Yeah, that's a soul. Look, you can look this up. It's a soul sounding record. And they felt like if they put it out with a white face on the label, people wouldn't buy it. They're like, oh, I don't want to buy a song by a
Oh
white guy.
wow. I
So
thought
now when he just put right, exactly.
I thought it
See,
was
but
by
now
accident.
no, they did that on purpose. They did not put his picture on the album for that reason. It
Hmm.
ends up selling, and when people go see him perform, they're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
And
they
I
can't
just
believe
said
it.
that to say to you, um, just me, where I grew up from. When I was coming up in the '80s, I was born in '74, so when I was coming up in the '80s in hip hop,
Hmm.
and in the early '90s, it was more of a socio-economic thing where I had white friends, Indian friends, but it was more of the economics where your family was. So I mean, I'm
Right.
just saying this to say, um, you know, I don't care about somebody race who's dope or not. As long as they dope, they dope. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I don't think you should limit yourself by calling yourself a white rapper because I think you're a dope person. I think you're a dope MC. I think you're a dope artist, and it should just
Hmm.
stay at that. But
Right.
that's just my opinion.
I know. I
That's
don't
just
even.
my
I don't even like. I don't even like doing the white rapper thing. I don't like it either. I just
for
try
what?
it. Like I just use it in hashtags just for
Mm-hmm.
the sake of people who might be looking like, let's see who these white rappers are. So if they come
Right.
across that white rapper hashtag, they might come across my page. So, but yeah,
You
I
know what?
feel you. I
You
don't. I
nice
don't.
enough to drop that. You nice
Yeah.
enough to drop that. Be above that. You don't need that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
All right.
saying? I'm saying you're that dope. I think it's dope. To me, it's dope if somebody listen to your shit and then see you walk through the door.
I
That
know.
shit
Hey, I
is
get.
the
I get.
classic.
I get surprise reactions all the time. Like we were just talking about with Bobby Caldwell. Like I'll go
Right.
to some of these bars in Atlanta, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm performing tonight. They'll be like, who? This guy performing?
See?
And then after I get off stage, they're like, oh shit, like we weren't expecting that. So
Now, see, I bet you a lot of those places you're performing, had they saw your picture, they would have just canceled you out.
yeah, well,
You
I
see what
don't
I'm
know about
saying?
that. They want their money. They want their
No,
money. And
no,
right
right.
now,
But believe me, people, racism blinds people.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't want to
yeah,
touch too
yeah,
much on it. I just think you dope. That's all I'm saying. I think you're that dope where you don't need to carry that moniker around. And I
appreciate it.
just really appreciate MCs like yourself that carry that torch. that's letting me know like, oh, there are records I am gonna be able to buy in the future that I can sit down and enjoy. You
Appreciate
know,
it, man.
and yours is something dope. So tell us about some of the places you perform.
Well, right now I haven't performed in a while, but when I was performing and trying to get out, I was performing at places like the Apache Cafe in Atlanta, legendary cafe. A lot of artists have been through there, like B.O.B. Uh, a lot of big battle rappers have been through there, like K-Shine. Um, so Apache Cafe, a few little bars here and there, uh, a few little venues like one called Furnace 41, and that's really it, man. I haven't been able to perform in like any big venues yet. I've tried, believe me, I've tried.
Okay.
Um, they just ain't messing with me like that right now.
No, it's gonna happen. I think part of it is where you are. I'm gonna be honest. If you was like in New York City,
I know. Yep.
it'd be a crew that you'd be running around with, performing and doing things like that. You
See,
know.
bro, I be thinking of stuff like that because you hear all these stories about artists moving, right? Like they're in their hometown, but they move
Hmm.
for that reason. And honestly, I've thought the same thing where I've been like, man, maybe if I like moved to New York or something, like people would like fuck with me more, you know? Because down here in Atlanta, in the South, especially in the Atlanta music scene, it's like, I can do my thing, and they'll
Uh-huh.
be like, oh yeah, that was cool. Now, like, where's the strippers? We want some strippers out here. So,
Look, let me tell you how ill you are. Let me tell you how ill you are, right? I don't know if you know this dude, but my man just tuned in. My man Rubber Band. He's one
mm.
of the illest dancers in the world.
I
Dead
see it right
serious.
now.
Dead serious. Like, look him up, Rubber Band. The dude is nasty. You know, the
All
dude is
right.
nasty. Look, y'all, look, you getting your shout outs now. I see people coming in there
Yes,
shouting
sir.
you out.
Drew,
What
what
up?
up, Drew?
You know, yo, and if anybody watching got any questions for him, let them know while we got him on.
Yeah. Leave,
So
leave some questions in the
tell me,
comments.
yeah, please, please. Now tell us, where can we get your music from? Where can they buy your music?
So you can find my music anywhere. I got it on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, uh, Pandora. But this is important. If you go on Pandora and you see this other artist album on my discography that says Zeke, and you click on it, and he's saying the N word left and right, it's not me. So
Right.
don't come at me. I promise. I understand the rules of the game. Don't come at me because it ain't me. My my distributors just got it all mixed up. They got my music mixed up with other people's music on there, so it's like all out of whack. I'm trying to get that fixed, but yeah, you can find me pretty much anywhere, man. It don't matter.
No, no doubt. So let me ask you something. What's your top five? Dead or alive?
I knew he was gonna ask me the question. I was I was running through my head earlier. I was like, all right, if he asks me what's my top five, I need to know. So let me ask you, what's your top five? What's your top five?
Nas,
Nas. Mm-hmm.
Kane,
Who?
Big Daddy Kane.
Oh, okay.
Um, I would throw Big Pun in there.
Mm.
Biggie
Yep.
and Rakim.
That's a great list. I don't, you don't hear Big Pun's name in many top five lists, you know?
His catalog was really, really short. In fact, it was really, he only had one album. You
Yeah,
know,
he
really,
yeah, he just didn't get enough time.
he didn't get enough time. But listen, man, the shit, that super lyrical shit that he did, I ain't seen nobody top that shit yet.
Yeah, his
Super
his
lyrical was ridiculous.
it was crazy. All right, but
So now
I'm a
get to
yeah,
yours.
yeah, I'm gonna give you mine. So I got two different top fives because I got one that's like my top five artists, which is because there's like two guys on there who I don't really consider like the best rappers.
Mhm.
So I got like a top five artists and then I got the top five rappers. So my top five artists, uh, Lupe, Uh, in no order: Lupe, Eminem, Wayne, 50 Cent, and Kid Cudi. That's probably my top five
Okay.
artists.
Okay.
My top five rappers. I'm keeping Lupe, M, and Wayne, and I'm subbing 50 out for Andre 3000,
Wow.
and I'm subbing who was my fifth, and I'm subbing Cudi for damn. I'm gonna have to go with Kendrick.
Okay. No, I can rock with the Kendrick.
Hmm.
I'm
I'm gonna have to
kind of
go with Kendrick.
suspect. I'm kind of suspect about trading 50 Cent for Andre, but I'm gonna let you go with that one because that's
I,
your
as,
list.
I'm talking as far as lyricism. As far as lyricism, I think Andre is better than 50
No, I can give
for
you that.
sure.
I can give you that. Me personally, like it's just that in the South, like Three Stacks be on people like top five of all time, and I'd be like,
Oh
damn, that shit is
yeah.
it. Like to me, that shit is ill. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I haven't heard a rhyme that he said that had me like, oh my god. But
Yeah.
look, each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So let me ask you this, because I'm new to all of the way y'all young dudes, work this whole getting records out thing. Because back in the days when we did records, like you paid the money, you went to the studio,
Yeah.
you got it done, and then you went somewhere and got your test presses pressed up, and it was like, some white label records, and you would walk around with them fucking records and hand them shits out to people that knew hip hop or stand in front of the radio station.
Yeah.
So how did you learn? How did you learn this new wave of technology to grind your music out?
Well, you know, just watching, really, just watching, seeing everything happen. Because before I even started, I was all this stuff was already happening, like all these distribution things, like Spotify, iTunes, and all that. That
Right.
was already there for me. And then when
Okay.
I started, all it was just a matter of me figuring out, okay, how can I get my music on there? How can I get my music on those platforms? And so all I did was just Google it, and then it took me to, it showed me a few little websites I could use, like TuneCore
Mm-hmm.
or DistroKid, which is what I use. I use DistroKid, and yeah, that was all it took. It's really not hard at all. You just upload
Okay.
your music to those things, and it'll just distribute it to every store. But see, the catch is with small artists like myself who isn't well known, there's a good chance your music might not go to the right place, or somebody else's music will also end up in your catalog and whatnot, and things can get confusing. So that is a downside to it. But yeah, man, that's it.
No, that's a it's just different now, and I really look at how y'all have like the world in y'all hand. We didn't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
We didn't have that, and it's just
Yeah.
like we have to go to the motherfucker.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And get shit done and carry records and go to shows and you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the technology, man. Now the technology is so crazy. You can literally do everything from home. Like, you see me, I'm literally in the studio right now. We got the booth back there. I was literally just
Yeah.
recording. So it
Oh
ain't it
look,
ain't like how it was back then. You ain't gotta go to no big studio.
we got a good question right here. What artist inspired you to start writing? What song did you hear where you said, "Okay, I'm gonna start writing my own shit"? That's a good question.
That's a great question. Honestly, there's not a specific artist or a specific song that made me like start writing. It was literally just this intuition I had inside of
Okay.
me that was just like when I did start writing, I was like, okay, like, this is what I'm supposed to do right here.
Okay.
There was never like one instance where I was just like, damn, that artist is dope. Let me try to like write like him or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It kind of just happened over time in its own way. But then when it did happen, that's when I was like, yeah, I gotta do this rap for real.
No, that's dope. Let me
Yeah.
ask you something. When you told your parents, yo, I want to rap, like, what was the look on their face like?
Funny, I never told them. They
Oh, you
kind of
did?
just, nah, I just let them figure it out slowly. Like after time, they still didn't like it any better. You know, they still, it didn't help. But you know, they got to get over it
And and I
because I,
take it like your parents don't listen to rap at all, right?
no. I mean, my mom did. My mom
Okay.
did when she was younger. Like she was the one, because she was the one who was getting me onto everything. You know, she was the one buying me all the CDs and stuff. So she did when she was
Okay.
younger. She don't listen to it anymore. But yeah, nah, they don't really fuck with rap. Mm-mm.
No,
But you know, it's
because I
funny.
was thinking that from where you were born, like from what you were explaining to me, the way I'm just picturing the way it is, kind of like houses and mailbox setups and
Hmm.
space, in between the houses, and people got land, and y'all not millionaires, but what I'm saying, like that's just where y'all from. So I'm picturing that when you telling me, and I'm just like, damn, imagine trying to start rapping out there, like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You
That's
know,
crazy.
it's funny. There's like a little twist to it though, because even though they don't like rap, I've learned that even if you're like good at it, they'll kind of give it a little leeway, even if they
Okay.
don't like it. Because
Right.
yeah, yeah, man.
No, that's good shit. So look, man, in closing, man, what you got coming up for us?
Well, I literally just finished a song right now.
Oh, okay.
Should be here like within the next 2 weeks, hopefully. I got a whole project in the stash. And I know like the singles I've been putting out recently haven't been like haven't really been too like rappy or lyrical. But trust me, I got a whole bunch of raps like in the stash, just waiting to be released. So I got a lot of stuff on the way,
No,
for
you know
real.
what? That's what I wanted to talk about too.
Hmm.
I noticed that it seems like you're the type of artist that's like people can either do one thing or the other. They can either make great songs, but they're not great rappers, or they're really good rappers and they have a hell of a hard time putting an album together.
Right.
And what I'm noticing about you is like you're really comfortable coming out of your comfort zone.
Hmm.
Like I know I could spit. Let me try to do this over here. You know what I mean? Like I said with that song you sent me, that shit was fire. Like
Oh,
yo, when
you
you
like
sent
it?
that shit to me, what? Listen,
Hell
I
yeah.
went for a ride on the 405 highway at like 1 o'clock in the morning and just opened up my sunroof like this shit is fucking fire.
I
You know what I mean?
appreciate it,
And
bro.
nah, no problem. But it's an art to making a song because as we've seen in history of hip hop, a lot of cats can't go from spitting dope rhymes to making songs. Keep doing that. Keep exploring those avenues and keeping yourself open.
Yeah, man.
And also balance your album out. That's the best I could tell you.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, it's cool to save some stuff for later. You know what I mean? Um, Listen to your album and make sure it flows properly. Um, and
Yeah.
and and that balance is there because yo, you got it. You know what I mean? You got it. So yo, I want to thank you very much for being on the show, Zeke, aka Mr. Dolo. Yo, y'all go support him. Go to Spotify. Go to all those outlets. You got anything to say before we close out?
Yeah, man. I just want to say thank you again for having me on here. You know, it means a lot that you just wanted to interview me and ask me some questions. So I appreciate you very much. Thank y'all to everybody that's tuning in for real. Be sure to go follow him. Uh, and yeah, I got a lot of music on the way, so stay tuned for sure.
Oh, and check it. I got my website coming up. So anytime you want to promote your music and anything, you got a place for it, my brother. All right.
All right, bro. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Stay up.
All right, you
Peace.
too, bro. Peace.